confidential funds in the fixed amount of 37.5 million quarterly.
For what year? For what period?
2023, Your Honor.
Counsel for the respondent?
Yes, Your Honor.
34.
But again, with counter stipulation that under the General Appropriations Act, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
So stipulated, duly noted, Senator judges are duly informed.
That the fourth stipulation is that the Office of the Vice President and the DepEd withdrew their respective confidential funds quarterly allocation in full from the first to the third quarters of 2023.
Counsel for the respondent, what do you say?
We are willing to stipulate on that, Your Honor.
So stipulated, Senator judges are likewise so informed of the stipulation by the parties in regard to this fact.
The fifth, that the Office of the Vice President also received confidential funds in the amount of 125 million on December 20, 2022, which it used up in 11 days.
No
Counsel.
stipulation, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Counsel?
No stipulation on this matter.
No stipulation. You may proceed with the other proposed stipulations, Counsel.
That the documents submitted by the Office of the Vice President and the DepEd were all signed by the authorized signatories.
Willing to stipulate, Your Honor.
What exactly does that mean, Counsel for the panel of prosecutors? The documents submitted by the OVP were all signed by the authorized signatories, meaning those that signed the checks, those that received the checks. What about the acknowledgement receipts?
Also the acknowledgement receipts, Your Honor. The disbursement vouchers, the liquidation reports,
Including
the
the...
accomplishment reports, all of which they have already stipulated, Your Honor.
Okay. Is that clear, Counsel for the respondent?
Yes, Your Honor.
So stipulated, duly noted.
Number 7, that the signatures above the names Gina Acosta, Julieta Villa del Rey, and Rosalyn Sanchez in the Office of the Vice President,
Stipulated, duly noted.
that the signatures above the names Edward Fajarda, Maria Runa Catalan, Annalyn Sevilla, and Gloria Humamil Mercado in the DepEd liquidation documents are their signatures.
Willing to stipulate on that as well, Your
So stipulated, duly noted.
Thank you, and we would like to thank counsel for the respondent for
Thank you, Your Honor.
the stipulations.
We would like to thank the parties as well for abbreviating the proceedings and assisting this court in so far as shortening.
I think it has saved the Senate judges.
For the testimony of this witness, unless there are other stipulations. If there are none, you may proceed, Counsel, when you're ready.
Your Honors, please, we are offering the testimony of Mr. Roderick C. Wamil to prove the following. First, that Mr. Wamil was a state auditor of the Commission on Audit, Intelligence, and Confidential Funds. Number 2, that siya po ang nag-conduct ng audit ng Office of the Vice President, liquidation of confidential expenditures for the periods covering the fourth quarter of 2022, which is December 21 to 31, 2022, and the first, second, and third quarters of 2023. Pangatlo, na si Mr. Wamil po ang nag-conduct ng audit of the Department of Education liquidation of confidential expenditures for the periods covering the first, second, and third quarters of 2023. Number 4, napansin ni Mr. Wamil na kulang-kulang ang mga dokumentong sinubmit ng Office of the Vice President at ng DepEd for their liquidation of their respective confidential funds for the specified periods. Number 5, at dahil dito, si Mr. Wamil ay nag-issue ng audit and recommendations na tinatawag na Audit Observation Memorandum, AOM, dated September 14, 2023 and October 3, 2023, duly issued to the Office of the Vice President for the periods covering the fourth quarter of 2022 or the period December 21 to 31, 2022. Number 6. That Mr. Wamil also conducted the audit of the documents submitted by the OVP through its letters dated October 19, 2023 and November 30, 2023 in response to the aforementioned AOMs. Number 7. That in accordance with Mr. Wamil's audit and recommendations, nag-issue ng Notice of Suspension dated December 13, 2023 sa OVP. Number 8. In accordance with Mr. Wamil's audit and recommendation, an AOM dated February 1, 2024 was issued to the OVP for the periods covering the first, second quarters of 2023, and an AOM, Audit Observation Memorandum, dated August 8, 2024, was issued to the Office of the Vice President for the period covering the third quarter of 2023. Number 9. In accordance with Mr. Wamil's audit and recommendations, an Audit Observation Memorandum number 2024-015, dated February 1, 2024, was duly issued to the DepEd for the periods covering the first and second quarter of 2023. Likewise, Your Honor, we are offering the testimony of this witness to identify and authenticate documents, and likewise, lastly, to prove such other matters as are relevant and material to the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte, and relevant as well to the aforementioned purposes.
Comment from the counsel for respondents on the offer?
Subject to cross, Your Honor.
Subject to cross, counsel may proceed with her direct examination of the witness, Mr. Roderick C. Wamil, when she is ready. You may
Thank you,
proceed,
Your Honor. With the permission of the presiding officer, Honorable Senator Judges. Magandang umaga, Mr. Witness.
Magandang umaga po.
Kumusta na po kayo ngayon?
I'm feeling a bit anxious lang po as of this moment.
Nervyos. Anxious. Okay. Huwag kang mag-anxious. Please state your name again. Your name, your age, and occupation and other personal circumstances, Mr. Witness.
I am Roderick C. Wamil, 34 years old and currently an audit team leader of the Commission on Audit Pasay City.
Before I ask you about your present occupation, give us a educational background. What is your educational background, Mr. Witness?
Ako po ay nagtapos ng Bachelor of Science in Accountancy from the Central Luzon State University at ng Juris Doctor degree from the Arellano University School of Law.
So you are both an auditor and a lawyer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ngayon, nagtrabaho ka sa COA.
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been working for the Commission on Audit?
I've been with the Commission on Audit for more than 11 years po.
11 years. And what position in the COA do you presently hold?
I presently hold the position po of attorney of the Commission on Audit.
Ano yung attorney for?
It is yung description of the plantilla position po na hinahawakan ko. But currently po, I am an audit team leader po sa Commission on Audit Pasay.
Okay. Before you were assigned to the Commission on Audit Pasay, what was your previous position with the COA?
Before my assignment po sa Commission on Audit Pasay, I was previously assigned as a state auditor po of the Intelligence and Confidential Fund Audit Office of the COA.
Itong COA ICFAO. ICFAO?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you give us a background? Ano itong COA ICFAO?
Ang COA ICFAO po ay yung office under the office of the chairperson in charge with the conduct of the post-audit po ng liquidation of the confidential fund and intelligence fund of the various government agencies, which include the national government agencies, the government-owned or controlled corporations, and the local government units po.
Na-mention mo ang intelligence at confidential funds. For our understanding, para maintindihan namin ngayon, ano ang intelligence funds at ano ang confidential funds?
Ang intelligence funds po under the Joint Circular 2015-01 ay yung lump sum appropriation po na provided in the budget of the agency concerned with respect to their intelligence operations. While
Ano naman ang confidential funds?
ang confidential fund po based on the Joint Circular 2015-01 ay yung lump sum appropriation po ng concerned agency para sa kanilang confidential expenses.
At you earlier said, sinabi mo kanina na ang office ng ICFAO ang nag-audit ng national government agencies. Anong ibig sabihin ng nagko-conduct ng audit? Anong klaseng audit ang ginagawa ng COA ICFAO?
Ang audit po na ginagawa ng COA ICFAO ay compliance post-audit po.
What do you mean by compliance post-audit?
When we say compliance post-audit po, we evaluate a certain subject matter which is covered by the audit with respect to a certain criteria po which is usually po yung applicable laws, rules, and regulations. And in case of the confidential and intelligence fund, ini-evaluate po namin yung liquidation ng confidential and intelligence fund based dun sa criteria na presented ng Joint Circular 2015-01. At pag sinabi naman pong post-audit, ginagawa po namin yung audit after the fact of the disbursement. So, ini-evaluate po namin kung yung disbursements ay properly supported with complete documents as required by the applicable rules and regulations. And if yung disbursements po ay hindi illegal, hindi irregular, or hindi improper.
At sa pag-conduct na sinabi mong post-audit, ano ang basihan ng ginagamit natin?
Ang ginagamit po namin sa ICFAO ay yung Joint Circular 2015-01.
Can you tell us ano itong Joint Circular 2015-01?
Ang Joint Circular 2015-01 ay yung nagpo-provide po ng guidelines on the entitlement, the use, the release, the reporting po at yung audit ng confidential fund at ng intelligence fund of the various government agencies.
If I show you a document now entitled, and this for appreciation of the Honorable Senate Impeachment Court is being flashed on the screen with the permission of the presiding officer.
Council may do so and may proceed.
I'm showing to you now a document entitled the Joint Circular 2015, which for identification has been marked as Exhibit P-1-4 for the prosecution. -E. Showing to you this document, we have here, Your Honor, we're being assisted here
Assisting counsel
by
may approach.
our Associate Attorney Mark Penny.
Likewise, assisting counsel for the respondent may approach
Thank you, Your Honor.
the witness.
Nasabi na niya.